Insemmilkom, Sinjuri, nilqakom biex tibqgħu magħna illum. Ix-xandira qed issir mill-Argotti Gardens fil-Furjana. Dan huwa post speċjali għal President tal-Parlament Ewropew Roberta Metsola. Sa nitkellmu magħha llum, l-intervista sa ssir bil-lingwa Ingliża biex nilħqu dawk li jippreferu il-lingwa Ingliża u lil dawk ukoll li ma jitkellmux bil-Malti. Jekk tixtiequ issegwu l-Roberta Metsola tidher ħafna fuq programmi oħrajn fuq in-Net Television bħal Net Live u wkoll segwu il-mezzi soċjali tagħha. Thank you very much, Roberta, for taking the time out of your busy schedule. How do you see Malta's role in the European Union evolve over the next 5 years?
Well, first of all, we are currently celebrating 20 years of Malta in the European Union, testament to the courage and the vision of the leaders at the time who saw that Malta's place was in a club of developed, prosperous nations where quality of life was high, standards of living were higher, and we could aspire to do that. Over the past 20 years, we've seen how right that vision was. That if you ask anyone today as to whether Malta joining the European Union was the right choice, the answer is an emphatic yes. What have we done? Our standards have risen. Thousands and thousands of Maltese young people and Gozzetans have travelled abroad, accessed European funds, our businesses have flourished and our standards have grown. Now we need to go to the next phase. We're no longer new. Where could we have done better? Where we have gone too far, too fast? Where have we managed to encapsulate the best that we could get as a position for Malta? And where can we improve? How can we make the life of our farmers better? How can we make sure that our products are protected? How can we attract even more investment and even more people to live a life that is better? Because equality of access and equality of opportunity remains the golden standard of the European Union, and that's what should be also for Malta and Gozo.
Thank you for explaining that. In your opinion, how do EU citizens who have a right to vote in the European elections and who are resident in Malta impact Malta's representation within the EU?
Well, first of all, my message is to all European Union citizens who currently live and work in Malta, who have chosen this country as their home. They contribute to the economy, they contribute to our social and cultural fabric, and it is one that I am very much happy whenever I go from one village or town to another across Malta and Gozo to meet such citizens coming from European Union countries in order to encourage them, first of all, to engage more with the local communities, secondly, to vote. They have a right to vote in the European Union elections, so the elections for the European Parliament on the 8th of June, as well as for the local councils. As a candidate for the European Parliament elections myself, as President of the European Parliament today, I would appeal to those citizens to engage, to look for candidates that they can identify with and express their wish. They also have a role to play in determining the direction that Malta will take for the next 5 years. And it is their responsibility, their duty, but it is also my responsibility and my duty to appeal to them, not to let others decide for them, but rather to be able to identify and choose somebody that can represent them as well.
How do you plan to address the concerns of foreigners living in Malta who are eligible to vote in the European elections but feel somehow disconnected from the local political scene?
Well, first of all, we're looking to make everybody aware that they have the right to vote. If you are an Italian, a Romanian citizen, a Greek citizen, I've met so many, who lives here in Malta, works here, has an ID card and is eligible to vote, awareness means that they should know that there is an election on the 8th of June. And my appeal is for this message to arrive to all of them. Secondly, if they feel disconnected, let to know that our system, our electoral system, perhaps with a difference to other countries, is that you choose yourself who represents you in the European Parliament. You place the number one next to the candidate that you feel closest to politically, but also in terms of vision, in terms of awareness, in terms of identification with what it means to be European. And my appeal would be for that gap, that is our responsibility to shorten, to make smaller, in order for us, when we are present in the different localities over the next few weeks, to come to our events, to ask us questions, to put us on the spot, to hold us accountable, because the decisions that we take over the next 5 years will impact all of them, all of you.
Can you share your views on the importance of the European Parliament elections for shaping the future of the EU? And why is it crucial for all eligible voters in Malta to make their voices heard?
Well, we say that all elections are important, and that is true. But never has a European multinational election, in my opinion, been so important, so crucial, so timely. The last 5 years have been very difficult, very challenging. We've faced wars on our continent, we've faced a devastating pandemic, we continue to feel the social and economic impact of geopolitical instability that affects also this island. My appeal would be for you not to let others decide for you. Over the next 5 years, which might not be any easier, big decisions will be needed to be taken on the green transition, on the digital transition, on our social pillar, on our infrastructure, on how Malta develops as a country, as a now quite mature member of the European Union. All those decisions will be taken also in the European Parliament. So vote, otherwise others will be deciding for you. Don't allow that to happen.
Just one very quick question. How accessible are you for any foreigners who wish to make contact with you?
Well, all my social media channels allow for messages to be sent directly to me. I have an office in Hamrun that can be accessed in Doluri. I would very much encourage anybody who has any question, any position, any opinion to share, to reach out. I have a very good team, both in Brussels and in Malta and Gozo. And anybody who'd like to send a message, please send it and we will reply.
Thank you very much, Roberta. Thank you.
Thank you. Għal miljuni ta' persuni sħubija fl-Unjoni Ewropea fissret tiġdid, sens ta' gburija, fissret għaqda. F'daqqa waħda l-futur ma kellux limiti, fissret sigurtà, fissret opportunità, fissret prosperità. Għalina fissret kollox.
Sinjuri, fit-8 ta' Ġunju se jsiru l-elezzjonijiet tal-Parlament Ewropew u tal-Kunsilli Lokali. Inħeġġiġkom biex toħorġu u tivvutaw il-Partit Nazzjonalista għandu bżonkom. Tridu tivvutaw lill-kandidati kollha u tużaw il-vot tagħkom. Illum tkellimt mal-President tal-Parlament Ewropew, Roberta Metsola. Ix-xandira saret mill-Argotti Gardens ġol Furjana fejn se ssir l-aħħar attività tagħha ta' din il-kampanja. Jekk għandkom xi kummenti jew xi mistoqsijiet ibatuhom permezz tal-WhatsApp fuq in-numru li jidher fuq l-iskrin, jekk tridu tagħmlu kuntatt ma' Roberta Metsola użaw is-social media tagħha. Jew ibatula messaġġ ukoll minn fuq il-WhatsApp. Segwu NetLive fejn tistgħu tintaqgħu ma' iktar kandidati jiena Leja Hogg għal Net TV sa nifqu għal waqfa qasira.